In another example, just in December, of President Obama's sort of Jekyll and Hyde environmental statements and policies. And again, he gives great speeches about the importance of fighting climate change and how important it is. Literally during the Paris climate talks, President Obama signed another law expediting pipeline permits. Tell us all about that.
This is probably the most egregious thing that happened during the Paris climate summit. There's oil exports, which happened, the negotiations began during Paris and was signed into law after. But this one, this is like one of the big things that Obama is riding his quote unquote climate legacy on is the Keystone XL, and he basically cited that for some projects we're going to have to say no to if we want to keep some carbon in the ground. But the reality is that I've been writing about this for years, and so it was a natural article for me to produce because I had knowledge about this different executive orders and stuff that were signed. In March 2012, when he signed this executive order to expedite the building of the southern leg as well, he issued another executive order that's lesser known that did expedite permitting for pipeline projects. And so what this law codifies it through through Congress, through the White House. And so it wasn't exactly a brand new thing. Of course, the new thing is that it's now law in the United States that now there has to be a completion of important parts of reviews within 180 days. Also, it makes it harder to file lawsuits when the government does not comply with the National Environmental Policy Act, or NEPA. It used to be a 6-year statute of limitations, and now it's 2. And so those are two of the biggest parts of this, piece of the bill. And this was actually tucked away in the highway bill. And so most people are looking at this as just a transportation bill for highways and roads, that sort of thing. But actually, on page almost 1,150 of a 1,300-page bill is this provision to streamline not only pipelines but other infrastructure projects in the United States. And then, my reporting on this shows that the U.S. Chamber of Commerce has been pushing for this for years. This was something that was pushed forward by the President's Jobs Council, President Obama's Jobs Council that he created, which was led by Jeff Immelt, of the chairman and CEO of General Electric. And it turns out that GE, of course, is lobbying for this. GE was giving a lot of campaign money to the senator that was pushing this bill and the provision that ended up in the bigger bill, Rob Portman, the Republican of Ohio. So if you follow the money, you can really see that it was the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, companies like GE, of course, ExxonMobil, Koch Industries, I found, was lobbying for this. So bipartisan agreement that this was a good thing. And it's interesting because, so while this, of course, incorporates wind and solar and other, it expedites all kinds of projects, not just oil and gas pipelines, although that was the focus of my piece. It is, of course, symbolic of the all the above energy plan. And then, on top of that, I would say that we've really seen since 2012 that this trade-off that's taken place in which the president has held up Keystone XL, but at the same time, as almost as a backlash from industry and for his own policy, we've seen that a move to expedite other projects. I think that will be the ultimate. Unfortunately, one of the ultimate legacies of the Keystone XL fight is, what was codified now into law under the highway bill, that is streamlining of other projects going forward.